So you're watching TikTok while you're driving down the road.
Everybody goes 60 down this road.
And I write everyone tickets. Both of you pissed me off because that level of driving here with people that aren't playing your game of driving and seeing who could get in front of who is absolutely unacceptable. The reason I stopped you is you're 71 miles an hour as you were passing that white pickup truck on Gansel in a posted 50. So you're 21 miles an hour over the speed limit, and then you were just moving around to pass this car so you could continue to speed here.
Sorry, I was listening and I was...
You know what it is? It's your big Ultima energy.
This is the first video that we talk about big Ultima energy. I didn't know what this was. Sam didn't know what this was before this. Traffic unit was working a collision down in kind of the south of Florence in a little town called Randolph, just south of Coolidge. And the suspect vehicle was an Ultima. And in the comments for the sheriff's office Facebook page are all these comments about there being big Ultima energy. So then we really started looking at Ultimas and realizing how many of our stops were actually Ultimas. So this is the first time I mentioned it, but we had this knowledge of the big Ultima energy for a little while, and we were just kind of watching to see, doing our own little research project about how many cars we stopped were Ultimas, and this just ended up being a great example of it.
Yeah.
That's what it is. I get it. I get it. You want to drive fast in this car. This traffic stop came to a stop here at the Medical Plaza.
The location of this stop is in the Medical Plaza. It's on Interstate Gansel, on Gansel Road. Someone that works in this Medical Plaza is on the Find Frank page within that group. And I see pictures of me on traffic stops exactly like this in that group all the time. So I look through Find Frank and I see the pictures that people take. And there are a bunch of different pictures of me in that plaza. So I don't know who it is. I don't know if you're watching this, but come out and say hi after a traffic stop is done, because I know you take a lot of pictures through the window there.
Just north of Empire and south of Banner Ironwood on Gansel Road. We do a ton of traffic stops right here in this parking lot. I've arrested people for criminal speed, for DUI, for driving unsuspended, criminal speed, regular speed, all in this parking lot. And it just ends up being the first place out of the 50-mile-an-hour zone where it's really safe to stop. So we do a lot of traffic stops here. I'm sure the people that work in this Medical Plaza are probably tired of seeing me
all sorts of Fridays with Frank pictures Find Frank pictures
on the road.
It was a TikTok. Going down the road, I was doing the navigation.
So you're watching TikTok while you're driving down the road. But it was on TikTok.
Yes, sir.
So did you just turn on TikTok between when you slammed on your brakes and stopped in the middle of Gansel Road, or were you watching it while you were driving?
I didn't know where to stop there, so no, I wasn't necessarily watching it. Put my hands on it, went over to I didn't know what to pull over.
So your phone just magically switched over to TikTok.
Yes,
at the time, I didn't have a TikTok page like I do now at frank.sloup.official. I had no idea. So I'm like, yeah, it's a TikTok reel. I didn't even know that was the wrong terminology at the time, because I was not on TikTok. I didn't want Beijing having all of the things that are on my phone. I've since decided that I don't care, and I'll let them have all of the pictures that they want. But I didn't. That's simply this video shows my ignorance about TikTok at the time. It wasn't even on my radar that we'd be doing any of this back then, like we're doing it now.
Okay. Hey, man. I hear new things every day, so that's a new one. Let me see your driver's license. So I'm Deputy Sloup. I work for the Pinal County Sheriff's Office Traffic Unit. The reason I stopped you is for a criminal amount of speed. Okay, so you're more than 30 miles an hour over the posted speed limit, and then you stopped literally in the middle of Gansel Road.
I didn't want to keep on continuing going.
You can go down. I actually wanted you to pull into the LDS Church parking lot there. It's not what
LDS
Frank says. Frank doesn't make the law. Arizona law says you have to pull parallel to the rightmost curb and remain stopped. What Arizona doesn't say is pull into the median. It's super easy. You turn your right turn signal on, and you legally change lanes to the right, because that's what I expect you to do. All right. Well, you are very deserving of a couple tickets, so you're going to get them, and I'm going to go write them, and I'll come back. Like, I don't think that's how phones work. I don't think you just like put your phone down, which you shouldn't be holding while you're driving because we have a hands-free law here. So she's wrong from the get-go, along with traveling at 35 miles an hour above the posted speed limit. But yeah, like I don't feel like when you put your phone down, it just goes onto a TikTok reel. So we're going to address that with some tickets, along with the 35 over and the slamming on her brakes and coming to a stop in the middle of Gansel Road, where she could have just pulled into the LDS parking lot where 100 other traffic stops have occurred. You can't operate a vehicle while using a portable wireless communication device. Using it means for anything. For navigation, for TikTok, for selfies, for Snapchat, or whatever else you kids are doing these days. So all of that. So that's what we're doing here. You have a mandatory court date. So why do you have an identification card?
I got my license suspended.
Your license is suspended? So why are you driving without a seatbelt on at a criminal amount of speed in Santan Valley?
I did have my belt on.
And you pulled into the median, which I don't know why I'm standing here in the median, but... So you know the name of this road is Gansel Road, right? This isn't Interstate Gansel. Even if it was Interstate Gansel, posted as 65, you would still be doing a criminal amount of speed. That's how far above the speed limit you are.
Wow.
See all that dirt that's over there to the right? That's where we're supposed to be, over on the right curb. Not in the middle, where cars are passing us in the fast lane on both sides. This is a mandatory court appearance because both of these are criminal in nature. So as I'm traveling down the road, probably 95% of the time, this radar is in a mode that it's getting the speed of vehicles that are coming at me in the opposite direction. It's funny because people all the time are like, oh, I know your license plate. I'm like, it's not the license plate on this car that is going to give it away. It's when I'm already behind you and I've already illuminated my lights. The speed of vehicles coming at me is really what I'm looking for. So by the time they see me, that it's already over. That decision's already been made. The reason I stopped you is the speed limit on this portion of Gansel is 45. You're doing 73. Ow. That's why you were so far ahead of all the other cars, and I can make that U-turn to come in. So you're at a criminal amount of speed, almost 30 miles an hour over the speed limit.
My radar works for, a half mile, 3/4 of a mile away in a straight line. So I had this truck coming at me and already had him locked in by the time we even got remotely close to each other. So people are like, oh, I know your car, and I slow down. By the time that guy realized it was me, I was already in the median and making a U-turn around to go get him. It's the distance that radar is accurate is amazing. And especially like that, where you just have one single vehicle coming at you and nothing else in sight. It's incredibly accurate.
Pretty quick. Everyone writes tickets on Gansel Road. I mean, Interstate Gansel it's a legit phenomenon. We dealt with several fatals here in the last year just on Gansel Road. So it's something as a member of the traffic unit and taking those fatals, having talked to those families and everything that goes around with that. We really try to decrease those excessive speeding violations by being out here a lot. So you're in our system from a really long time ago, and you haven't been in our system for a really long time. Which means you were going down a road and you went, no, I don't want to go that way.
Overwhelmingly, the majority of the time, I'm going to write that as a criminal ticket. Especially right there. It was right between like Post and Butte High School and the LDS Church. It's an area where high speeds are pretty frequent. But I contact this guy, and I could see he's got some tattoos that he's having removed. Had some tattoos on his neck that he was having removed. And he's in a really nice truck. I go back, I run him, and just like I said in the video, we had a pretty extensive history from him, and then all of a sudden it stopped. And then he hadn't had any contacts with the sheriff's office for many, many years, like double-digit years. So what we found out was that he just decided he was going down the wrong path and changed it. And I thought it was so admirable that he had taken charge of his own life. And that level of accountability to say, hey, I don't want my life to be going down this bad path. That I just gave him a regular civil cite. We still want to hold him accountable, but I specifically didn't write him criminal because of that.
And now you're living life right. I want to tell you I appreciate that.
Brand new truck.
Because that's cool. Like, that's cool. That's cool to be like, you know, I don't think I want this to be my life. I think I want a life where I drive a 2023 Chevy, which is awesome, by the way. And that's cool. In understanding and appreciation of you changing a lifestyle, we did not write you a criminal cite. So we keep all that criminal stuff away from you. Now, you're doing 73 into 45, so you're still setting a land speed record. But I have some discretion. The sheriff really appreciates it when I use it, so I try to do it as much as I can. So we just wrote this for the civil. It is unequivocally the right decision to make right now, and I like working down here because he gives me that discretion, and I try to use it when I can. So, all right, no problem. Listen, slow down, drive safe. Thanks. Thanks.
I love this episode. This is one of the all-time favorite episodes of Fridays with Frank. For us, for Sam and I, and also for the internet in general. A very similar interaction to the episode 33 guy. But this guy was a little different, gave me his driver's license, still wanted to video me. I don't care, it doesn't bother me a bit. Obviously, I have a Sam, so I'm kind of used to being on video. So Sam did some very specific things while he was making this video. During my interaction with him, you notice that there's nothing fast-forwarded, nothing cut out. What Sam did was, because he knows that there's this type of person that just requests everything, so we didn't want to have there be anything out on the internet that's different than what we had. So we put out everything. So that is a totally unedited conversation. Both my initial contact with him and my secondary contact with him are all uncut, specifically so that there isn't any other footage anywhere if he did a Freedom of Information Act request that he couldn't get any information that we weren't going to put out first. So this is it. That's the contact. And you see how it goes.
1620, nice negative, expires 4/15 of 2016, eastbound Versa, California.
One of my favorite dispatchers. You hear the dispatcher give me the information back. I'm Tom 16, so she gives me the information back. She's one of my favorite dispatchers. Her voice is on a lot of Fridays with Frank because she works during the day and I work during the day. But PCSO's got great dispatchers. My previous agency I worked for, I had some great relationships with some great dispatchers that stand good till today. So we don't mention them a whole lot because they're kind of behind the scenes doing all the things that dispatchers do. But in law enforcement in general, dispatchers are a huge portion of our job and play a really pivotal role, not only in dispatching calls, but also getting information. I mean, they do from address searches to backgrounds and criminal checks and all of the things that they do behind the scene at their terminal that a lot of us take for granted while we're up on the road. But this one just, it reminded me of her, and I just wanted to give a shout out to the dispatchers out there because you make our jobs way easier.
Hello.
Front window works better. There we go. All right. Well, I'm Deputy. I don't need your back window down. I was trying to figure out why that one was going down. Well, I'm Deputy Sloup. I work for the Pinal County Sheriff's Office Traffic Unit. All right. May I see your driver's license, please? All right. Any reason you're videoing me there?
Does that bother you?
Not at all. What? So this is a passport card. Do you have a driver's license?
Why did you ask?
I don't think he knows.
Why would I ask what?
About my recording.
Well, I do traffic stops for a living, and probably in the last 1,000 traffic stops I've done, I haven't had someone hold their phone up and video me. So it's something out of the normal, and when something out of the normal happens, typically I address it.
Boy, it happens all the time.
Well, it doesn't happen to me. I don't know if you do traffic stops for a living, but I do traffic stops for a living, and this doesn't happen all the time. So you are incorrect. Well, you passed me at 15 miles an hour above the posted speed limit, 60 miles an hour in a posted 45, as you weave through traffic, passing slower moving vehicles on both the left and the right.
Okay, I've got that recorded, so
Okay, yeah, so perfect. See our registration paperwork, current proof of insurance, please.
Do I have to? I have to stop my recording.
If you would rather not, you don't have
Are
to.
you going to write me for it?
Absolutely, 100%.
Absolutely. One of the things with this guy, very similar to the last guy that felt the overwhelming need to video me for absolutely no reason, is that they both had to stop videoing to get their insurance off their phone. So if you're going to be a troll and you have some weird feeling like you're going to get something on your phone to like get someone fired or do like I'm going to do something that's improper, do yourself a favor in your troll house on your troll printer. Print out a copy of your insurance card. So then at least then you don't have to stop videoing and there can't be any excuses. You could be videoing with one hand and handing me all your troll paperwork with the other. And then you don't have to stop videoing like this guy. Because if you don't provide current proof insurance, you are going to get a ticket, not out of spite, but because it's my job. So help your trolls out there in the internet world, help yourselves out. Make sure you have all your documentation, and then you can continue videoing all you want.
Yeah, I know I'm not going to get any breaks because I'm recording you and this is...
Oh, no. I'm being a member of the traffic unit. It is my job to issue citations.
Everybody goes 60 down this road.
And I write everyone tickets.
Don't.
No, I write everyone tickets. It is literally my job to write tickets. It's all I do.
Everybody goes 60 and nobody ever gets pulled over for those.
Okay, I feel like that's a pretty gross generalization spoken from a pulpit of misknowledge.
Cops go 65 down there.
Well, we can.
All the time.
We can.
You can't either, not without your lights on.
That's actually not true. If I'm responding to a call for service, I need to get there in a timely manner.
You have to have your lights on.
I feel like you think you know a lot more than you actually know.
I think I know more than you do, which is really disappointing because you're a police officer.
I'm actually a deputy sheriff. Those two are different.
Really disappointing. It's making me wait for a code.
Okay. In the meantime, if you could grab your registration paperwork for your most current registration year. All right. And that looks like it's good. Nissan Versa, last couple, 32, 40, perfect. All right, thanks, sir.
Big Versa energy, just not the same.
That's it right there. Right under your thumb. Perfect. Awesome. Still your current address on?
Yes.
Sure, appreciate that. Hang tight for me. Thank you.
This guy did file a public records request for the video that Sam shot, and what he got was absolutely nothing different than what this is. The GoPro footage, I don't have a dash camera, we have a GoPro. It's like 5 generations old, and it starts and stops when Sam pushes a little button that's up on my dash. And it has all the video that's up here is the video that he had because he used it and he took it, so he put it in this video, and it's the same video that this guy had. On my side of things, I never heard anything from this stop. He didn't fight his ticket, so we never went to court or anything like that.
Wow. There's a lot of misinformation sitting in the driver's seat of that vehicle. And I don't know how to bridge that gap between like ignorance and knowledge, because I don't think that there's enough wood to build that bridge. Hey, sir.
Civilian?
Yes, it is.
In your car?
That is correct. Yes, sir.
What's he doing?
He's an employee of the sheriff's office.
And what's he doing?
He's videoing.
Why?
Well, like, remember before you were videoing me and you were like, do you have a problem with this? And I said no. It's because I'm always videoed. So have you had anything to drink? Have you had anything to drink today?
No.
Okay. Just wanted to make sure.
Yeah.
May I have but I don't know that. That's why I ask questions. It's my job to conduct a complete, thorough investigation.
Let's go.
May I have a contact phone number for you?
No.
Okay, no problem. All right. Well, all the information that's up at the top here is yours. Your vehicle's information's here. It says today.
I'll sign it.
He's like, I'll just sign it. So in Arizona, and again, different from other states, but here, if you're issued just a regular civil citation, you don't have to sign anything. You do, in Arizona, have to sign a criminal citation. By signing a criminal citation, what you're saying is, please don't take me to jail now. I will voluntarily go and see the judge on my assigned date and time. If you refuse to sign that, what you're saying is, I'm not going to appear on my assigned date and time, at which time the law enforcement officer will take you into custody, take you into jail, and in jail you will see a judge, and then that's how we ensure that for criminal citations that people will appear in front of a judge. So if they don't sign that citation saying that they promise to appear, they're taken into custody. And that's every agency that I know of in Arizona and in the majority of states. There's some states back east that are doing some different stuff with mandatory signing of citations, but they don't have the same philosophies on law enforcement as Arizona has.
Okay, you don't have to sign anything. This, because it's simply a civil traffic violation, there's no requirement for you to sign. So you were doing 60 and a 45. So the RMP that's on the citation stands for reasonable and prudent, and that's always what the posted speed limit is.
Okay, you
don't
need to explain it to me.
Okay, but I explain it to everyone. I'd like you to have this information before we part ways.
I understand.
Okay. If you don't want me to, I won't.
No, I don't want it.
Okay, within the pamphlet that I'm going to provide you here is your driver's license and registration and an exact carbon copy of the citation, which I explained to you. On the front of the pamphlet on the bottom is options 1, 2, and 3. Options 1, 2, and 3 are the 3 options that you have.
Understand.
Okay, I just want to make sure. Are there any questions I can answer for you? Any other additional information that you need?
Your name and badge number?
Yes, sir. On the bottom right-hand corner is my name and badge.
There it is. How did you clock?
Radar. Certified calibrated radar. It's a... no, you may not, and it's only because it's mounted in my vehicle, and I have a lot of sensitive stuff, both information on my computer and weapons and stuff in my vehicle.
Can I just look through the window at it?
Would you like to?
Yes, I would.
Absolutely. Hop on out.
Because here comes another
All right, now be careful.
wave of excuses as to why that doesn't
Come on,
work.
this side. Let me put my window down for you. So if you notice right there, your top speed is, after you passed me, was 60, and as I was catching up with you, I locked in the speed.
Yeah, you could have been anybody. I wasn't going 60.
Well,
His first argument was going to be, well, he didn't show me his radar. So I figured I would just thwart that right off the bat. Most of the time I don't bring people back to my car, but this was such an amazing contact that I figured he was the right guy to do it. So I rolled down my window. Obviously I don't want him jumping in my car. So I rolled down the window, I explained the radar to him, and immediately his story switches to, well, that could have been anyone. So one excuse was just going to lead to another excuse there was no making this guy happy. But I know that I locked him on radar because he literally drove in the lane directly next to me, past me. So it makes it really easy to visually identify and estimate a vehicle's speed when it passes within 3 feet of you. So, but there was, his first excuse of, well, everyone goes 60, and then, well, it could have been anyone. It's just, this guy's just grasping at straws here because it was a good stop, and there was nothing. I gave him nothing else to work with. See?
the radar says otherwise, sir. So, any other information I can provide for you?
Car's full of road. The road is full of cars.
It is. But you are the fastest car. Any other information I can provide? All right, appreciate you wearing your seatbelt. Make sure you drive safely today. Thanks, sir. See your driver's license, please.
I'm lost out here, so I haven't been out this way.
Typically when you're lost, not driving fast is better than driving fast.
It's a good idea. I was smart.
Oh, hey, you put your seatbelt on. That doesn't work, man. Sorry, you might as well take it off because that's how it was when you were driving.
In Arizona, wearing your seatbelt isn't what's called a primary offense. So we can't stop you just for not wearing your seatbelt. But I'm always looking for it before I stop someone. So if I can get up next to someone before I pull them over, they don't have a tinted window, I can see if they're wearing their seatbelt or not. It helps me when I make that initial approach to be able to say, hey, you were wearing your seatbelt, or hey, you weren't. And that's what I did in this case.
All right, let me see your driver's license, please. All right, man, I know that you got stopped by another member of the traffic unit back in 2021 down here in Santan Valley. So you got to know, when you come down here, you got to obey the laws more than you do up in the valley.
I didn't mean to throw shade on the valley agencies, because those are my brothers and sisters up north. But the Pinal County Sheriff's Office, we have a full-time traffic unit. We have 8 deputies that are there. I think we have 5 full-time motors. So we've got a pretty aggressive unit. And we're all out there looking to aggressively enforce traffic laws. So, where other agencies might not put such a big focus on it, Pinal County Sheriff's Office, we do. So, I said that, hey, you gotta drive good when you're down here. That's why I said that, is because it's something we really focus on.
Because we actually enforce them, okay?
Ooh,
make sure you put your seatbelt on, drive safely today. Well, that was exciting.
Oh my God, it's off. Oh my God,
oh my God, what?
It's Deputy Frank
Sloup, yeah.
How are you?
Good, man. See your driver's license. All right. Well, you know who I am.
I kind of leaned in, put my head into the car. I'm always using my sniffer. So I'm smelling for alcohol. I'm smelling for marijuana. I'm smelling for anything else that I might be able to smell. It also helps me look down, making sure that there's no weapons there that would be readily available. So you'll see me do that in a whole bunch of stops where I kind of try to get my head as close to the passenger compartment as I can. And that's just me using all my senses to make sure that there's nothing in the car I need to worry about.
As soon as you give me your license, I'll know who you are. So that was kind of exciting there. You have any idea what the speed limit is out on Ocotillo?
Yeah, 45.
45,
Yep.
yeah. You know how fast you went
Way
past the
faster.
signs that said 45?
Pretty fast.
Yeah, pretty fast. It's pretty good. So you say you watch my videos, right? So you know that like traffic enforcement occurs in Pinal County. Okay. We're in Pinal County. So you got to know that we're out here. Have you learned nothing from like 60-something episodes of watching me write people tickets? Man, killing me.
So it's still for sure a ticket though?
Oh yeah, it's definitely a ticket.
Yeah.
We don't give warnings for 31 over. That's
criminal.
Literally against my religion. You're 20 miles an hour over the speed limit.
Got another one.
Locked in at 65 and a 45 right over at Empire there. So, and also, it shows that your registration's expired. So, is it expired or have you had a newer?
I lost the tag.
Expired.
You lost it? All right. No, that's a current.
Oh!
You didn't lose it. You just never put it on.
Sorry about that.
That goes
All
in the
right, looks good. I'm gonna put this on there for you. And you'll be look at that. There we go. Much better. Hang tight for me.
Me helping.
That's just a regular civil traffic ticket. It's not criminal. It's no mandatory court appearance, anything like that. Any questions I can answer for you as I stand here?
No, you're good.
All right.
I'm a big fan of the show.
You are?
Yeah.
How often do you watch the show?
I haven't watched it in about 2 weeks.
Okay, we did an episode in this parking lot, right here. And I said, I stop people all the time at the Medical Plaza on Gansel for speeding. So what that means is you need to watch more, and then you need to listen to what I preach. And he said, man, you got to know I'm around here making sure people aren't speeding.
I didn't see the car. I watched the show.
Look at your speedometer. Don't look for the car. Man, by the time you see the car, it's too late, man. How you doing? Good. See your driver's license.
I have nothing on, bro. I'm going to Canada to get on my balls and all that. I've got to go get a job and everything.
Wow. Okay. So do you not have a driver's license?
Yeah, I got one, but it's
Is it suspended?
And I think I got some.
Yeah, let me just grab your wallet. You have an ID in there or something? I need to know who you are.
A yellow pickup truck driving around in Santan Valley is kind of a unique look. This guy got stopped after he got his car out from me towing it and arresting him on this day. He got stopped again by some other Pinal County Sheriff's Office deputies. And he was not a fan of the fact that we made this video and put this out there, kind of putting him on blast for driving dirty. But you're driving a truck and you're looking to draw attention to yourself, driving around in Santan Valley, driving dirty, you're probably going to get stopped again because our deputies are looking for that. So we got him twice.
I don't, bro.
You don't have anything?
I got to get my other wallet. This is like my backup wallet. I just had it laying in the...
Backup wallet?
I just had it laying in the room, bro.
Okay, so...
I only have one wallet.
So I'm Deputy Sloup. I work for the Pinal County Sheriff's Office Traffic Unit. reason that I stopped you is...
I know, this is my project truck, bro.
Project truck?
I got another car over there. I gotta go get it, yeah.
Okay, yeah, because this looks like your registration's expired. You got stuff hanging from your rearview mirror. You're not wearing your seatbelt. You got a cracked windshield.
I got no seatbelts in this.
You got no seatbelts, huh?
Yeah, this
is that a bullet hole?
Yeah.
You got a bullet hole in your truck?
Nah, I just paid. They were told me it was boss.
Right there, man.
I'm not that crazy. They were telling me I had the long.
Oh, okay. All right, man. I was like,
yeah, nah, I know.
I was gonna give you some serious street cred. You have bullet hole driving around Santan Valley.
You got a 454 for it, bro, and I got the stage cam to everything.
Everything.
Yeah,
man, before you pay for a new engine, you need to get yourself a license.
Take this shit away from
man,
me.
some insurance and a seatbelt and good registration.
Took them out, look.
I know. Yo, you can't do that, man. All right. Are you the registered owner of this truck?
Yeah. I don't have nothing.
You have no paperwork?
I got some under the seat, bro, like loose paper. I doubt it, though. I think it's all at home.
Okay.
I love the peach.
Where do you live?
I live in Santa. I just moved out. But
you live in Santan Valley?
I just barely moved out from Chandler.
Okay. So I was going to say, man, you can't be driving this dirty in Santan Valley and not expected to be pulled over.
And what's it called? I have my little work card, but I like this truck, bro. Love it, yeah. And I don't have the time for the missions and all that.
Yeah, you don't have time for that, man. That's all law. You ain't got time. Anybody got time for that?
Like Sweet Brown.
All right, man. You're going to get a couple tickets, man. It's going to be the way it is. Hang tight. Play yourself a song on that guitar, man, while you're waiting. Guy in this truck here passed me at 58 and a 45 coming into this construction zone. It's expired registration, stuff hanging from his rearview mirror, isn't wearing a seatbelt. So, I mean, all kind of a bunch of minor violations. When I run a check of him, he comes back with a warrant, an arrest warrant at a Chandler Police Department for driving unsuspended. So he's been suspended for a while.
By us actively enforcing traffic laws, we are helping keep crime down all over Santan Valley. Because people that are doing bad things don't want the cops around. And they don't want to get stopped by the cops when they're doing bad things, like doing burglaries or thefts or shoplifting or selling drugs or buying drugs, doing any of the bad things. So when bad guys see other bad guys get pulled over, they're like, maybe we don't want to be down in Santan Valley. Maybe we want to go to some other jurisdiction where the cops aren't as aggressive. So that's one of the big focuses of the traffic unit, of every single one of the members of the traffic unit, is to get out there and be a overt, very visible way to stop other people from committing crimes. So we want that. We want to be that visual deterrent to people doing bad things, and this is a great example of that.
That's the best part of traffic enforcement, is the fact that we can take something seemingly minor,
turn it into something big.
13 miles an hour over the speed limit, and turn it into the arrest of someone who's wanted from another jurisdiction, be able to take him into custody, hold him accountable, because he has no insurance. So if he was speeding and crashed into someone, he could negatively change someone's life by not having insurance and driving through Santan. So we're going to take his car, because he's going to go to jail and his car is going to go to car jail. So I need you to interpret something for me. Hop on out. Come talk to me. So I need you to give me an interpretation. I need you to interpret this. What does that mean?
Something nice for your butt.
In the English language, we use but. It's a more socially acceptable word with two T's. The Spanish word that's bleeped out with the peach is the not exactly socially acceptable word. It rhymes with chulo. Let's put it that way for those of you that speak Spanish. So that's what was bleeped out. We didn't want to get in trouble with the internet. I don't want to get in trouble with YouTube, but that's what's bleeped out, and that's what was written on the back of the guy's car, which wasn't my reason for a stop, but obviously it did kind of further draw my attention to him.
Something nice.
Algo chulo pato.
I like the way you say it. I like it. All right, man. So, step on up here. So, we got a citation, all right? Driving with your license is suspended. You know it's suspended.
Yeah.
No current registration because it expired in January and we're now in July. You picked the wrong day.
Yeah.
No insurance. Got to have insurance.
And what does that do to my license, bro?
Well, it can't be suspended anymore. I just need you to sign right there. So, appreciate that. Now, the next thing I need you to do, put your hands right behind your back. So right now, you're also going to be under arrest for an outstanding warrant you have from the city of Chandler.
Well, it's not a big deal. It's not a big warrant.
No, it's not.
I'm not a bad guy right now. Like,
Nope, I got you.
Gotta pay tickets.
I get it, man. I get it.
Buy car.
You know how that sign back there says stop? Well, I feel like you employed a different four-letter word, which was slow.
We've had some comments like, hey, make a stop sign episode. It's we being the traffic unit, enforce every traffic law that there is. And I'm no different. The majority of my stops are for speed because it's such a big part of collisions. And it's such it's probably the most often committed traffic violation. But we stop people for no turn signals. We stop people for no right on red or making illegal U-turns, but we just don't see them as much. And sometimes we make a stop and it's not that interesting and it doesn't end up on Fridays with Frank. But it doesn't mean that we're not making those stops.
Since you've never been pulled over before, we'll give you a warning for this one, okay? Fix that windshield. All right, thanks for wearing your seatbelt. Josh, you ever see when we were young, you see those little cars that you put them down and you pull it back and it goes zoom? That's what this looks like because it's so small. Like I could just... It's like you took a regular sized car and put it in the dryer for too long.
I know. It's 43 miles to the gallon.
Wow, that's great. You're at a criminal amount of speed, almost 30 over.
I'd be lying if I said I didn't know who you are and I don't watch you on radio. And I know that's not going to get me out of tickets, but I'm just going to say that.
It's not.
I appreciate that.
Right.
So you got to know that I'm out here. What's going to get him a ticket is the fact that he was stopped 4 days ago by Deputy Miller on Gansel, just a little bit further south of us. So he got stopped and contacted by a Pinal County Sheriff's Office deputy, given a warning, so someone used their discretion, and it did not in any way, manner, shape, or form change his behavior.
They
which
very rarely
just goes
do.
to show that behavior has changed with the issuance of citations. So you watch the show.
Yes, sir.
You know I'm out here. You know what I call someone that got stopped 4 days ago and then stopped by me?
Probably going to be bad.
You're a pretty slow learner, man. Any reason for your lightning fast speed?
I don't have anything that's going to make any sense.
That happens sometimes.
I mean, you guys are so sick and tired of people lying to you and coming up with all this bull.
I couldn't agree more.
Over the years, this is what I think. As many times as I drive that way, and I drive safely, I don't zigzag around.
No, you were in a straight line
in front of me. Yep. I deserve it.
I figured absolutely this guy was going to get a criminal ticket. He was far enough above the speed limit. We're in a residential area. And then I go up and I contact him, and he has no idea that I'm the Frank from Fridays with Frank. But we have this great conversation on the side of the road. He's an older dude, probably had been to Vietnam based on what he had told me. And he just eats it. And he went from absolutely getting a criminal ticket to like, hey, I knocked it down to a civil ticket. And they even fought with that because he so overtly just took responsibility. I mean, he was like, yeah, man, I speed all the time. And for all the times that I've sped and haven't gotten caught, I deserve this one. And I don't think I've ever had someone say that to me. So I had a great conversation with that guy. And it was a lot longer than we put on video because we just stood there and chatted because he was just an interesting dude.
Come on.
We're on the same page.
The times that I've gotten away with it versus the
I love this guy's
times I
logic.
gotta pay, I have no defense.
I gotta tell you, I really like your philosophy on that.
There's no firearms or nothing.
Okay, it's okay. I have one.
I would hope so.
We kept this in the civil range or just the administrative side, not the criminal side. Your speed meets the threshold, but I have some discretion based on my interaction.
Whether I'm a or not.
But you know what? You said it in a really good way.
Well, come on, dude, you deal with these all day long. I see it.
I do.
It's not my first rodeo.
I can tell.
But I had a 1971 Baldwin Motion Performance Z28 Camaro that was my coming home alive present.
Okay, and then you got to meet a lot of cops.
I got to meet an awful lot of cops. Oh, go ahead.
No,
You
I like that. But listen, I appreciate your truthfulness. And that goes a long way with me in just accepting responsibility, which is something that doesn't happen a lot in today's society. The reason I stopped you is you are 67 miles an hour in a posted 45. 1 month and 1 day ago, he was contacted by Deputy Diaz and Deputy Nino.
Yeah.
Both great traffic cops. Contacted him for 20 over on Hunt Highway, so right by Santan Flats. And he was given a warning. So just another example of how verbal warnings just don't work, and they don't change behavior because this driver just thinks that he got away with that. But apparently they didn't get the point across to you that speeding is bad, right? How old are you? 16. So you've been driving for like 4 minutes of total time. And you've been
Gen
stopped
Z.
now twice in a month by us.
With the ticket that I wrote him, if he decides to go to court with that, he has to bring mom. He's 16 years old. If you're under the age of 18, you go to court, you have to bring a parent. So not only does he get inconvenienced by this, but now mom or dad is going to have to go, and they also get inconvenienced. So if you're under the age of 18, you got to know that the repercussions for getting a citation go beyond just you. But now you're inconveniencing your parents, and I don't think they like that.
So if you continue down this road, your license is going to be suspended. And then you're going to be able to take all of your citations, and you're going to be able to take them to the store and trade them in for a bicycle, because that's the only thing you're going to be able to drive. Right? You understand that? You need to slow down. So you're getting a citation today for 67 and a 45. Is there any reason that you and him are driving like that? Because that's like, he pissed you off. Okay, because both of you pissed me off, because that level of driving here with people that aren't playing your game of driving and seeing who could get in front of who is absolutely unacceptable. Let me see your driver's license.
I don't have it on.
You don't have. Oh, so you're driving the way you are and you're suspended. I don't care where you were going. There isn't a stipulation in Arizona state law that says I can drive in an overly aggressive manner while my license is suspended. And you're not wearing your seatbelt. So, I don't know what you expect from this traffic stop, but that level of driving is unacceptable. Do you have any ID so I know who you are?
And here's the second car stop.
Hello, sir.
Hi, why were you driving like that?
This happened to be one of the times where driving an unmarked car was great. I saw this kind of road rage happen. Guy in the pickup truck went around the guy in the car, cut him off. So I got to see that while I was going down the road, when I had to slam on my brakes, spin around, and then try to catch up to them. And then had to get in between them so I could pull them both over. So it was kind of a tricky situation to get into, to pull those two cars over at the same time, but they were both obviously being aggressive and reckless. This happens in Santan Valley all the time. I don't think we're any different than Phoenix or Scottsdale or Mesa or LA or Miami or Pittsburgh. I think it happens all the time. One of the best parts of driving an unmarked car is that we get to see it and then contact those people right now, and address it, where they may have stopped that reckless behavior if they saw a marked car, and then just continued on down the road once the marked car passed. But driving an unmarked gives us the ability to see it and then address it.
Back there.
I watched what you did.
No, I know.
You also have a brake that functions in this vehicle, right?
Yes, sir.
So you didn't have to race in front of him and cut him off and then hit your brakes. You could have simply just applied your brake and let him go by you, right?
Yep.
But you didn't, and you decided to travel at a criminal amount of speed. The speed limit here is 45. To get in front of him and then road rage him and slam on your brakes the second that you got in front of him. Is any of that incorrect?
No, yes, I didn't slam on my brakes. He was back there flipping me off, moving on me. That's why I passed him.
Okay.
And then I moved back in, and you're absolutely right. I slowed down, but I
slowed down. Okay.
You're coming out. I did not.
How do you slow down? You apply your brakes.
But you did. You cut in front of him, and then you applied your brakes.
I moved when I knew it was safe. I didn't cut anybody off. I didn't do anything aggressive, but I did apply my brakes.
But the passing movement was aggressive, because it was at a criminal amount of speed.
I was hoping you could have seen him flipping me off and all that.
Who cares? See your driver's license. So I'm Deputy Sloup. I work for the Pinal County Sheriff's Office Traffic Unit. The reason I stopped you is for aggressive / reckless driving, criminal speed. I may see your registration, current proof insurance. So he says that you were doing some sort of like swerving and flipping him off. Was there anything like that?
He was behind me.
I know, I saw him.
He came up behind me and he flew right behind me. And almost hit me as he went by.
I saw that also.
So I just wanted to run him down and run him.
Okay, probably not a good idea.
That's a terrible idea.
Right? Now as you sit here and tempers have settled down a little bit,
we all have
probably
PTSD.
not the best idea to see someone driving in a manner that's unsafe and then aggressively chase them down so you could have a conversation with them, which probably wouldn't be as cordial.
I know, yes.
Which wouldn't be as cordial as this conversation. All right, hang tight for me, boss. Settle down. There's a lot of bad decisions that's in between us to the front and back right now. What we saw before we hit the camera was some like aggressive, reckless driving, like super fast speeding, cutting off lane changes, and it's just two guys that have no ability to control their tempers. And I don't understand why this happens.
Neither one of them are stoics
in Santan when we're out here just trying to keep people safe. But everyone's going to leave here with a ticket today. You're both getting tickets, but because you're parked here, I'm just going to write you first so I can get you out and away from behind me. So, at one point, trying to catch up to you guys, I was doing over 90 miles an hour. Not that you were, I was trying to close the speed. A couple times, speeds in the 70s popped up, which means that and you guys were faster than that. So, well, what I can absolutely say is that you were over 70 miles an hour. So, your citation is for 70 into 45, which is a criminal amount of speed. RMP stands for reasonable and prudent, which for you is 0 because your driver's license is suspended.
On the citation, because it can't fit reasonable and prudent, it just says R and the little and sign and P. So I always let people know, hey, that's what the speed limit is. That's what's reasonable and prudent, unless you are suspended or your registration's expired or you're drunk or something like that. Then your reasonable and prudent speed is 0 because that's the speed that you should be traveling if you have one of those issues, which is 0. So I explain it to this guy like that, but that's my reason too. I pretty much explain that on any of the moving violation citations that I issue.
So you're getting a citation for driving while your license is suspended, exceeding the speed limit by more than 20 miles an hour,
criminal,
not wearing your seatbelt, and not having current proof of mandatory insurance. You're going to have a mandatory court date. He is going to get a mixture of these same tickets. He's not suspended, and he has insurance and was wearing a seatbelt, but he's also going to get some citations. So, just need you to sign right here. By signing, you're not saying you did anything wrong. All you're saying is that you promised to appear. Now, I seized your driver's license because it is illegal for you to be in possession of it when it is knowingly suspended. So I'm going to take it, return it back to MVD. You need to get one. I also don't want to leave you sitting here behind me. So I want you to do is move your car into the Circle K parking lot and leave it there. Okay? I'm going to give that to you there. If you can move, I'm going to make sure traffic's good. If you can move around my car, just because I don't want you blocking my red and blue lights from people. And please, read some books on stoicism.
It's good advice.
Be more calm and level-headed and less emotional in your driving. It'll make you safer, and you'll have less conversations with us.
My time overseas.
I'm sorry?
It was my time overseas.
It happens, man.
Excuse of PTSD. If you've worked in law enforcement for any amount of time, you have some sort of PTSD. Just like being a firefighter or working on an ambulance or being in the military, we all see things that give us some sort of PTSD, but we don't use it as a crutch and go around and tell everyone, well, the reason that I made all these bad decisions, let my emotions get the best of me, and road rage with this guy was because I had PTSD. It's because you made bad decisions. That's why. So he threw that out there. Some of my very best friends are vets from mainly Army, Navy, and Marines. Branches I love. Guys that come out of there are rock solid. Girls that come out of there are rock solid. And the most rock solid ones don't use the fact that they've served this country as a crutch or an excuse to make bad decisions. So I called this guy on it and held him accountable like he needed to be.
I have some of my very most best friends are combat vets. So I've had a lot of conversations about that. But you can't use that as a reason to get sideways with people here. Okay, so there's a better version. That's it. All right. If you can move your car out of the roadway, I sure would appreciate it. All right, good sir. Let's take care of some business here.
Okay.
So he got a bunch of tickets. He's on his way.
Yep.
You're getting some tickets. You're going to be on your way. Now that I've separated you two, so
absolutely,
all the information up here is yours. Vehicle's information's here. And what I told him, same I'm going to tell you. At one point, I was doing over 90 miles an hour trying to catch you guys because you guys were speeding in front of me. So my radar was picking up speeds in the 70 range, anywhere from low 70s to high 70s. which would be consistent with me having to travel at a higher speed to catch up with you. So
that's how physics works.
The way physics works.
I got you.
So, what I can swear on a stack of Bibles as tall as your lifted truck without mud flaps is that you were doing at least 75.
Okay.
At least.
Okay.
Posted speed limit here is 45.
Gotcha.
You are walking the line of aggressive driving.
Okay.
Per Arizona state statute, aggressive driving requires multiple violations of Arizona motor vehicle law, and it needs 3, and I could, again, swear on a stack of Bibles on 2 of them. I couldn't swear on 3, so all I'm going to do is cite you with the 2.
You can go to traffic school for 1 moving violation. Moving violations like running a red light, running a stop sign, speed, failure to maintain lane, making an illegal turn, or something like that. Anything pretty much that you commit that's non-criminal while you're moving. So it keeps your insurance low. But if you get 2, or in some cases 3, those points are going to end up on your license, and you can only go to driving school for 1 of them. So that's why it's when I double up on moving violations, I'm ensuring that person's going to get some points on their license, kind of as a furtherance of, hey, this offense was serious, and I want to make sure that you understand that.
The 2 are exceeding the speed limit by more than 20 miles an hour, and that unsafe lane change of passing him on the left and then cutting in, because you shouldn't be passing a vehicle on the left at a speed that is over the speed limit in a criminal manner. So, now, the criminal speed is a criminal offense. It's going to require that you go to court.
Driver of the pickup truck gets an attorney. The attorney interviews me, which is called a defense interview. So he conducts an interview with me. It was telephonic, so he was on the phone, I was in my office, and he asked me questions pertaining to my contact with his client. He was unaware that episode 67 existed, so I let that defense attorney know, hey, if you want to watch this, although the Pinal County Sheriff's Office doesn't have body-worn cameras, I have a Sam, and Sam has a camera, so you could watch the contact with his client on episode 67. So one of the views on here, which if you're watching this, make sure you hit subscribe. The algorithm loves it. I love it. YouTube loves it. But I also told that to that defense attorney is, hey man, you could subscribe and you can go and watch your client. So I never heard anything else about it, and it is my belief that he took a plea to this. I couldn't swear on a stack of Bibles on that. That might be a future question for the county attorney. But I never heard anything after that interview.
And you know what would have been easier? Tap on your brakes, let him go down the road and be a jerk to someone else, and then you're at your appointment on time. Also, it's a great lesson in stoicism, man.
So you hear me mention to both drivers that they need to practice stoicism. I'm a practicing stoic. I read a lot about it. It is just a philosophy on your response to external stimuli, how you respond to the outside world, which is really the only thing that you have control over. Is sometimes you don't have control over what happens to you, but you have control over how you react to it. If either one of these 2 gentlemen would have reacted differently, this would be a whole different scenario and probably wouldn't have been contacted by me. So hopefully one or both of them went and read a book. Ryan Halliday's great author, writes a ton of books on stoicism. You can get into it. You can get into some Marcus Aurelius, and way back into the old school Greek philosophers, which is where stoicism started, and you could really read some good stuff. But if you want something modern, Ryan Halliday's pretty much the guy. Modern, if you want to read something and get to know a little bit more about how to control your emotions.
All right, if you guys don't have any, I appreciate you guys wearing your seatbelts. If you don't have any questions, you're free to go.
Okay, thanks.
Thank you so much. You also.